Long day. First, we started off with a 2-hour ride to the border between Tanzania and Kenya. Then we got on the freeway, and the first thing we saw was a truck accident. Evidently, they're quite common. Here's the border crossing between Kenya and Tanzania. We had to get our passport stamped leaving Kenya and stamped entering Tanzania. Then we had to wait for a bus as the first one broke down. Here's a series of photos that we took from the window of our bus as we drove from the border of Kenya to the large town of Arusha in Tanzania. After about 4 hours, we arrived in Arusha. It's one of the country's most prosperous towns with a population over 400,000. It's a major international diplomatic hub and is regarded as the de facto capital of the East African community. We visited the Tanzanite experience. Tanzanite is a gemstone found only in Tanzania, in a very small area about 4 miles long and 1 mile wide. It was discovered in 1967 and is near Arusha. Arusha's clock tower is believed to mark the midpoint between Cairo and Cape Town. Maybe not exactly, but pretty close, I suppose. Here's a great big brand new modern building, but this is the more common types of buildings that we saw. Here's a roadside furniture store, modern furniture, and here's a couple of clothing stores. We saw several roadside nurseries. Notice the plants are in cloth bags instead of plastic pots. Good idea. And here's some pots to put them in. Hand carts are used for a variety of purposes. Here's displaying some fresh produce for sale. And this man has a cart loaded with sacks of cement. Here's just a few other commercial ventures that we passed along the road. The Arusha Cultural Heritage Center is a unique center on the outskirts of Arusha. It has curio shops, jewelry, Tanzanite, precious stones, an art gallery, local crafts, clothing, textiles, accessories, books, and spices. Woo! Just west of Arusha, we started seeing coffee plantations. We passed many. It is Tanzania's largest export crop, averaging between 30 and 40,000 metric tons annually. We stopped for lunch at the Arusha Coffee Lodge, which is located on the grounds of Tanzania's largest coffee plantation. After lunch, we walked just a few feet to Shanga, which is a successful business which employs people with disabilities to create handmade jewelry, glassware, and homeware, etc., using recycled materials. Running the shuttle back and forth as she weaves the fabric. He's spinning the thread with a spinning wheel with a bicycle wheel on it. Big room set up. Oh, and there's the fabric that they've made with this loom. The local cotton that's been dyed that they will use. It's a nice fabric. There's a whole bunch of things that they've made using, these are dyed fabric, these are not woven. Recycled bottle caps and pieces of glass. And even in here is quite attractive. They're making jewelry.
You see the feeding thing? And you see the feeder, you see she has everything. That's so cute. So cute.
And there's glowing glass. Very hot in here.
The glass.
Talk about Maasai.
For the Maasai, the whole land is belonging to Maasai people, in which anyone can graze. It's for all people. It's not individual.
Yes.
Yeah.
How large is this area?
It is big because it's going all the way to where we are going.
Okay.
These ones are some they are belonging to Maasai people, but mostly they are belonging to other tribes. So in Tanzania, you can live wherever you want to live.
Yep.
So they pay lease. But for the Maasai where they live, they don't have any lease. Like today, this is the market here. So this is where Maasai people, they'll come and then they do like a weekly supply. It's a colorful market.
They like the plaid.
You see on the
Buy and sell cows here.
They do psychological thing that now I don't scare. I can defend my society. I have undergone the circumcision, which was very painful. I'm drinking blood, so why should I scare blood? Those are the things. It's old style, old school way of making them to be aggressive and making them to be strong. Yeah.
Traditional homes have pyramid roofs.
You think?
Some countries more men.
Sure.
By nature, it should be almost equal.
Yeah.
So in this country, it seems like there are more women more than men.
Outside of the home, is that you have to encourage that if you're going to.
Nowadays they do. They go.
These young men are participating in the Maasai rite of passage, which occurs between the ages of 12 and 25. They first give away all their possessions. Then on the day of the ceremony, they shave their heads and paint their faces. Then they're circumcised without anesthesia. After this, they wear black clothes for 4 to 8 months, and then they are considered to be warriors.
Oh, here's
Yeah, I saw. There's a whole bunch.
A whole bunch of them.
This looks to be a local farmer's market. About 11 hours after leaving Amboseli Serena Lodge, we arrived at Lake Manyara Serena Lodge. Very long day, but very interesting countryside that we passed through. Here again is an African-themed lodge, and we had a really nice view off our balcony.